Hello, this is David from the Bookman in Orange, and I welcome you to Things Found in Old Books. Today we start with this load of books here that came in the other day, all spiritual and metaphysical and books on the unknown came in, and they're all from the library of Charles George, Chucky George. And we'll start with this book here from 1925 called Instantaneous Personal Magnetism. Now, I might give this to a few people I know because they could sure use some personal magnetism. Inside is a photograph of this gentleman here. Now, I assume that this would be Charles George, but on the back it says William George. So I'm not sure what the relationship is with this gentleman and the books, but maybe they were his daddy's books. But this photograph looks like it was from the 40s. And he looks like a very serious man. I think it's good that it was in the book on personal magnetism. And throughout these books, we found these little like postcards or junk mail cards. They're all cut into strips, and they're all dated from the 40s. And he used them as bookmarks. In fact, even on one here, he wrote bookmark, just in case you were in doubt when you came across it in the book, that what it was. But inside this same book, we found, 4 of these here, and I got to looking at it, and when you put them together, they actually create a complete postcard. And it's about the changing of a radio station from one. The one gentleman is going from one station to another, and he's sending out cards. And that's how they did it in those days. They send you a card in the mail saying, "Hey, I'm leaving that station, going to this station," and he's leaving KFAC, which is started out as a religious station in L.A., later became the classical music station in L.A. In this book here, 1912, we found this kind of image. Now, this is from like the 1800s here, or even 1912, like the book is. And I believe there's probably a famous actress of the time, although I have no idea who or what it is. So it's very colorful and it's really a delight. So that was interesting. That was in that book here. In this book here, God's World from 1919, I found a plethora of stuff. They bought it at the Dale News, Lilydale, New York, the Dale News, and there's the Dale News bookmark. Psychic, science, spiritualism, and occultism books. So this looks like it was from the 1940s as well. And there's a little advertisement for an upcoming book being published by Dale News. There was this envelope. There's nothing in the envelope, but again, I think I talked about this before. The paper quality from the 40s was a lot more thick and firm than the stuff nowadays. I mean, you can tell the difference. This envelope is, I know it's just an envelope, but I'm attracted to it. Must be all that spiritualism, but it's a nice little envelope. And a news article about this woman here who ate lunch with Abraham Lincoln. What? So I did the math. Apparently in 1856, she would have been 3 years old, and she shared a meal with Honest Abe, and she's here to talk about it. Now, I don't know about you, but I have a tough time remembering what I did at 3 years old, but apparently she can remember well enough to get her name in the paper. So it worked for her. Anyway, and in this book here from 1905, it's called, what is the title on this thing here? It's called The Sacred Book of Death, Hindu Spiritualism and Soul Transition and Soul Reincarnation. And look at this guy. He's very intense. He's got something to tell you here. And he had Charles George sign here, Charles George of Burbank. And it says, "Obey this warning. If somebody steals this book from Charles George or takes it without Charles George's permission, then you will be haunted by a spirit until the day you die. It's all right here, So I'm glad somebody gave me the book. I didn't steal it. And inside this book, we actually found something. We found this delightful picture of this lady dancing. It's a hand drawing from maybe 1905, maybe from 1940, but it's a very attractive drawing of this lady doing her little dance. And so I found, and just in case you didn't know, at the bottom it says bookmark. Well, that's all I have for today, and I want to thank you for stopping by. Good day.